Hey guys, what is going on? This is Wrestlelamia, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including The Rock friends with WWE President, Braun Strowman reappears, Austin Theory wants to retire John Cena, Triple H retired, plus much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Now let's hit the intro and get on to our first story. The Rock reveals childhood friendship with WWE President. Our top story today takes a look at the current WWE President and a key friendship he has with a WWE legend. Nick Khan is a name that every WWE fan knows. Khan is the current WWE President, and some fans have been blaming him for the mass firings that have been a common practice in WWE for the past 2 years. A popular criticism of Khan is that he is not from a wrestling background, and some fans believe this makes Khan unfit to have such an important role in WWE's business decisions. Thanks to a social media post, we now know that Khan actually has a strong connection with the wrestling world. Believe it or not, Khan was actually childhood friends with The Rock. The Rock took to Instagram yesterday to share a recent image of himself, Khan, and Khan's sister sitting around a table. The Rock would caption the image by saying, "This one's special, means a lot to me, years in the making, full circle. In the mid-1980s, Nick Khan, his sister Ninotchka Khan, and myself used to run around as kids in Honolulu, Hawaii every month when my grandmother would promote her pro wrestling shows at our local arena. Now, years later, Nick is WWE President." The Rock was rumored to appear at the Survivor Series pay-per-view last month, but sadly, this didn't come into fruition. However, with Khan and The Rock having a great friendship, this means that the relationship between WWE and The Rock has never been stronger. Will this lead to The Rock returning for another run in the company? What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below. Braun Strowman appears at ROH pay-per-view. Ever since Braun Strowman's shocking release in June of this year, fans have been speculating in relation to what the next steps are for the former Universal Champion. Braun has a ton of talent, and he was one of WWE's biggest stars. Fans expected there to be a lot of interest from AEW amongst other wrestling companies in having Braun on the roster, but it appears as if Braun was biding his time before re-entering the wrestling world, and Braun clearly felt like last night was the perfect time to step back into the limelight. During last night's Ring of Honor pay-per-view, Braun made his first major appearance since his WWE release as he attacked Eli Isom, Brian Johnson, and Dak Draper on the show. Braun was using his real name, Adam Scherr, so it looks like that will be his in-ring name moving forward. The ROH pay-per-view was set to be the last ROH show before the company goes on a hiatus, and it's unsure at this stage whether or not the company will produce any more shows in the future. Austin Theory wants to retire John Cena. Austin Theory has been the recipient of a huge push on WWE TV as of late. The young star has had a number of segments with WWE Chairman Vince McMahon, and he even had a WWE title match against Big E. The reason for this push is predominantly because Theory's match with Big E did great numbers with a key demographic for WWE, and WWE believes that this warrants a substantial push for the 24-year-old. The key demographic is the teenage age bracket, and this is a demographic which WWE have struggled to appeal to over the years. Theory has big plans for his WWE career, and these plans include a match with his childhood hero, John Cena. In fact, Theory wants to retire the former 16-time world champion. During an interview with Alternative Sport, Theory was asked if he would prefer to team with Cena at WrestleMania or retire him. Theory would answer by saying, "Gosh, that's a tough one, man. They both sound amazing. But I think for Austin Theory, yeah, you'd have to really not see Cena anymore because I'd have to retire him. I'd have to do it, man." Would you guys like to see Cena's retirement match be against Theory? Let us know in the comments below. Real reason why Roman Reigns was absent from SmackDown. Reigning Universal Champion Roman Reigns was noticeably absent from this week's edition of SmackDown. Fans were left disappointed with Reigns' absence, as he is seemingly on WWE TV every week, and he has been the highlight of SmackDown for over a year. Luckily, WWE had Brock Lesnar on the show to make up for Reigns' absence, and Lesnar would have yet another entertaining segment with Sami Zayn. According to an exclusive report from Ringside News, Reigns wasn't on the show on Friday due to him having a planned vacation or sabbatical. Ringside News adds that WWE had knowledge of Reigns' planned break for at least 2 months, and this would likely explain why they decided to have Lesnar feature on the show. Reigns is set to defend the Universal title against Lesnar at the inaugural Day 1 pay-per-view on January 1st. Speaking of the feud between Reigns and Lesnar, a new report this week stated that WWE is considering doing yet another match between Reigns and Lesnar at WrestleMania in April. The suggestion has been heavily criticized by fans, as doing yet another match between the two, especially at WrestleMania, certainly seems like overkill. The Undertaker reveals his favorite WWE superstar. The Undertaker taking part in out-of-character interviews seems the norm these days. This is a stark contrast to years gone by, where it was impossible to get the dead man to break character, never mind take part in an interview. The Undertaker recently took part in a Q&A session for the WWE's TikTok account, and he was asked who his favorite WWE superstar is on the current roster. The Undertaker would state that it's Edge, which no doubt will delight the rated R superstar. The Undertaker and Edge had a legendary rivalry back in 2008, which saw them main event WrestleMania 24 before culminating their feud inside Hell in a Cell at SummerSlam. Triple H officially retired? Our final story today takes a look at the possibility of Triple H wrestling again. Triple H had a turbulent 2021 as he suffered a cardiac event, which removed him from his day-to-day role in WWE for an extended period. Unfortunately, according to Dave Meltzer from the Wrestling Observer, it's likely that Triple H will never wrestle again. This is due to Triple H's health concerns and the risk factors of someone in Triple H's condition competing in the squared circle. If Meltzer is correct, this means that Triple H's last match would have been against Randy Orton in 2019, and with the established history between Triple H and Orton, this may have been the perfect retirement match for the King of Kings. It was reported last month that Triple H was doing much better, and with Triple H still in recovery from a rather serious health-related issue, Triple H remaining retired is probably the best move. We here at Wrestlelamia continue to wish the WWE legend all the best during his recovery. There you have it, folks, the wildest news, stories, and rumors you need to know. Don't forget to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time back for some more wrestling content.